All right, this is going to be your defense for rear bear hug type assault. Charles comes up, grabs me here. All right, it's important to understand in this situation, the person's not trying to kill me. They're probably trying to take me. You don't just grab somebody in a bear hug. It's still just as serious as that, but you have the potential to be to maybe work a defense, and it's not as immediately life-threatening, which is a good thing. So, you know, there's some stuff that you can do in this situation. So initially, my first reaction should be chin down, shoulders up, try and prevent him from moving into the choke, because this is a much better position to be in than a choke. All right, almost simultaneously as me putting my chin down and my shoulders up, I'm attacking his groin. Okay, and I'm talking about a full-on smack to the groin, and not just smacking it, I'm impacting it as hard as I can, grabbing, twisting, squeezing everything I can and trying to pull everything down there that I grab off with all my strength. Okay, at that point, he's probably going to loosen. All right, so from this position, some other attacks that I can use are headbutt. Okay, I can kick sideways to the knee, either knee. I can boom, break his leg backwards, kick there. I can scrape down down the shin to the top of the foot. Okay, he'll probably break loose somewhere around this point. At that point, I'm going to turn, wham! All right, hand to the nose. All right, grab the throat, scrape the eyeballs, palm. What's the goal here? Survive to fight another day? I'm trying to escape. Wham, wham, wham! Throat, pull, get back, all right? At that point, I'm going to escape. I'm going to call 911, get to a public place, all of the above. All right, we're going to have Tamara. All right, so you're walking down the street, you know what's going on, he grabs you. All right, first thing you're going to do, there you go, shoulders up, chin down. Now you're going to kind of move the side a little bit and smack as hard as you can. And you're going to grab.
Do it.
All right, at this point, you're going to chin down, shoulders up still. All right, now what are your other moves? You can kick to the knee. If you don't grab the groin, you can heel to the groin. All right, shins, top of the feet. You got your headbutt. As you're doing all this down there, you're going to be creating distance here. Now, right before you try to spin, headbutt, boom. All right, now spin, palm to the face. All right, so you're spinning this way. So if you're spinning this way, your force is going to be generated from here. So your best palm would be this way. So since you're spinning this way, wham, all the way. All right. What are your other things in the face? All right. Neck, possible. You're coming back here. Open hand slap to the ear. You can bust his eardrums. All right. You can grab the throat. You can still, as you're moving back, kick again to the groin, knee to the groin, solar plexus. All right. All these are strikes. You're going to be trying to create that distance in here.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. As you spin, you can work your inertia right back. Just point right up.
All right. Charles is going to give a little bit of his own perspective on this. We're still going over rear bear hug defense. Charles?
On the attack, your first instinct, spread your feet and use your headbutt just like you did. That is guaranteed distraction. Now you want to go for your lower legs. Lower legs, groin slap, anything is possible. And then you already started your spin. When you start your spin, go ahead and turn it around. And it's a face plant. You can find my face very easily. And you create a separation as time to run.
Cool.
Awesome.
Now we're going to go with the rear choke defense. Now, choke is absolute one of the worst things that can happen to you. You really don't want to let anybody take a chokehold on you, because if they do choke you out, you're defenseless. You have no idea what they're going to do to you. So, that's important to remember. The choke and being on the ground with somebody on top of you is just about the worst positions that you can be in, and we'll go over both of these. All right, so Charles is going to come through from a rear choke attack. So he gets me here, right? I'm unprepared. I didn't realize there's anybody behind me. He's holding me in a choke. Something that's important to realize right now is the way that he's choking me right now. He's choking me like this to control me. He's not choking me like this to cut off my blood supply. I would have about 5 seconds to survive if he was choking me like this to cut off the blood supply from my vein. If he was doing that, He's cutting off here, all right? He's pulling his shoulder blades back. He's pulling his forearm into my throat so I can't breathe, but the most important thing is he's cutting off circulation to my brain through my arteries on either side, okay? He's not doing that right now. We need to assess the choke is the first thing that we do. Right now he's choking me to control me, okay. That doesn't mean much other than the fact that I have more than 5 seconds to fight him. If I have more than 5 seconds to fight him, I have a variable option of possibly going to the ground. It's not what I'm going to recommend right away, but my recommendations for choke defense are the exact same as my recommendations for the rear bear hug defense that we just discussed. So it's going to be attacking the groin, turning, eventually creating separation, head, butt, kick to the knee, scrape down the shin, kick to the top of the foot. Okay, these are all options. The variable here is that since all of his force is generated to just my neck, he's only controlling my neck, and both of his arms are concentrating on my neck, I can do a takedown here, okay? I can step to the back, then step to the rear behind him, grab here, pick him up, all right? And I can jump and fall on top of him, okay? When I slam him, I want to concentrate everything I have with putting him into the ground, all right? In a real world scenario, that's going to hurt. Hopefully his head smacks off the ground after his body does. Hopefully I land on his head, okay? This is possibly something that a woman can't do. Could be, depends on the size of the guy. For a woman, if they're going to take the slam option, what they're going to do would be more likely to be here, okay? Same thing, step, kick through this leg through here, all right? Fall back as hard as you can, simultaneously with hitting the ground. I'm going to attack the groin and attack the face, okay? Ridge hand, knife hand, ridge hand, whatever. Hammer fisting, same thing. Hammer fist is great. When you're hammer fisting, it's almost the same as a knife hand. You're not in the potential for breaking any bones. Really just knife, wham, balls, get up. All right? Well, I want to make sure he doesn't get up and chase me. Kick to the head, kick it into the ground, kick him in the balls, do it maybe 2 or 3 more times, and then run off and call 911. Now we're going to have Tamara and Charles demonstrate the choke.
Very susceptible to the head right here.
Right here, the first thing she's going to do, obviously, is going to go for the groin in this situation. She's going to, like we discussed earlier, she's going to be able to attack shin, knee, top of the foot, head, butt. She's going to turn and create distance, but like we just said, there's a variable option. There's a second option. With the second option, she's going to step behind. All right? She's going to, while she kicks this leg through his leg, she's going to fall and drop him onto the ground. Okay?
Yep.
That was nice how she just did that. Her elbow was going right into the right direction already. She's going to continue down with the hand and attack the groin. With that other hand, she's going to groin, and as she's rolling, she's going to attack to the face. Okay? You're going to get up, kick him a couple more times, run off and dial 911. Another thing, while we're trying to create distance in the choke, when Charles takes the choke, go ahead and... So something, while she's attacking and trying to create distance, there's going to be a possibility that she isn't able, the first attempt, to break that and get out of it, okay? So while she's attacking the groin with the one hand, with her other hand, she can be trying to slip inside here and get a hand inside of his arm to protect this artery right here, carotid artery, and protect blood flow to the brain. Gives her a little bit more time and maybe possibly another attempt to break this restraint, okay? And as Charles just pointed out, the situation where you step to the back and slam or drop your opponent is actually a two-way go situation. So if you have resistance stepping from behind, Charles can hip check you. If Charles steps over to the side and doesn't allow you to step back, you can go the other direction. Charles, you want to?
Okay, remember the back step?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do the back step.
Do the back step.
Yeah, when I feel that coming, nice.
Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, go ahead and talk them through it.
Okay. So what you do, as a victim, you want to make this about hip placement, making sure that your legs stay up underneath you. They're your strongest muscles. And in this situation, you own my leverage because I have a lot of weight over my victim. her advantage is she has a lower center of gravity, and she's using her strongest muscles, which are her legs. So when she tries to take a back step to take me out, I can feel her hips slide. I don't have any control at this point. I want to stay hip to hip. When she feels that, she grabs my arm and puts her butt into me, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
So now we're going to discuss front and side attacks. If you are on point with your situational awareness, like I said, rounding corners wide, seeing what's going on, not being on your cell phone, Snapchatting, then you should not really be in a situation where somebody gets this close to you and attack. It's going to be less likely that this is going to be the attack position that you get. But we'll go over it. And it is possible. Anything's possible. So if Charles attacks me from this position, the first thing that I'm going to do is immediately, my hands are going to come up, okay? My front hand is going to be a weapon hand. If I have a weapon, it's going to be in this hand. If I don't, I'm going to be, striking here, trying to create distance, keep the distance, kicking here, but body position is what's most important right now. So I'm here, backhand's protecting the side of my face and potentially back here, depending where strikes are coming, okay? Elbow is protecting this all floating rib, liver. This elbow is protecting this side. I can move this elbow. I can use the elbow as defense. I can use the top of my head as defense. Okay, my chin's down. My body is a side profile, giving him the smallest window possible of areas to attack. I'm protecting with this here and protecting with this here, okay? I can protect all this depending how I move. At this point, the next thing I'm going to do is try and position myself where a position I can fight from. I can't see behind me, so I'm going to move here, all right, and try and move my back to the wall. My back's to the wall now, all right? At this point, I'm looking for an exit strategy the whole time, all right? These are all options. I'm going to attack the options we said. I'm going to kick to the groin, kick to the top of the knee, okay? Kick to the shin. I'm going to ridge hand, knife hand. Open palm, to the nose, grab the throat, all this stuff. When he's throwing blows, I'm trying to protect here, okay? I'm protecting, using those elbows, as a defensive weapon. And, so when I do get that good strike, that's when I look for that area to able to get away. If I'm here and wham, wham, kick to the knee and get out of that situation. So this is really, striking is going to be your go-to. Small joint manipulation is always an option, but I'm not going to recommend it for a woman that is much weaker than a man because it's just much more difficult to master, takes more practice, and striking is going to be your best bet, with cutting with an edged weapon being your very best bet because he's not going to want to fight long when I start slicing him up. Let's talk about how it actually looks with a girl, and I'll let Charles take over here.
Okay. So you bet a corner, you came in too close, and you walked into me. I'm waiting on you. I saw you coming 100 yards away.
Okay.
As soon as you come in, I've got you front body. Now that's what you do. You blocked up, you protected. Make sure you keep your guard up. You're prepared to ward off anything. And any one of these is a counter strike. Straight down, and you hand and fist my nose. Open palm my nose. When I come up, if you're blocking and then striking.
Okay.
It's almost like playing with a kangaroo. He's going to come up and pop you. And as soon as you do that, you have room to move.
Try and maintain that distance. You keep that side profile, really strong side profile. So the back foot will be a little further back. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
There you go. This hand is your weapon hand. Okay. This hand's protecting the side of your face. Okay.
Exactly.
These elbows can be used. The hand can be used. All right.
And it goes to the grabs too. You stop the grab there. You punish me for it. Punish me for my mistake.
Perfect. Here, kick to the groin. Boom.
Exactly.
Knee.
Okay,
There you
follow
go.
through.
Good.
You
Good.
can also, like Greg said, get into a clinch. If I come up like this, you can reach up, grab my neck, drive, headbutt, knee.
There you go. Remember that clinch.
Everything is efficient.
The clinch now, when you come over with the clinch, you're going to grab here. Okay? If you grab here, it allows your fingers to be broken. Okay? If I feel you grab here, I'm going to capture your hands, turn, and break your fingers. Okay? If you grab here, you're also going to turn your forearms in. Okay? Okay? And at that point, you can choke somebody out from the front.
You can. You're cutting off my blood supply.
Just with your forearms, you can choke somebody out. Okay. So you're raining blows, and in 7 seconds, he's passed out on the floor. Then you can do whatever you want to him.
So yeah, your immediate instinct is to cover up. You just want hands and ears and put your elbows in a position to break, for me to break my hands, and then you can come into a full clinch. Full clinch, and your driving knees. Solar plexus, and you can back up. You can, at the clinch, you can push me off of you too.
While you're doing this, you're watching for an escape plan. You're looking for an escape plan. You're looking for people that you can run over next to. You're looking for an area with a lot of light, and you're thinking about, when I get there, what am I going to do? I'm going to dial 911. I'm going to call, you know...
Or find a weapon.
Find a weapon. Yeah, you're looking for weapons this entire time. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So now we're going to talk about front choke. First of all, in my opinion, when an assailant is coming up to you with a front choke, it tells me that that assailant doesn't know what he's doing. That's a good thing. Okay, I'm never going to use a front choke standing. You know, there's some front choke variations some choke variations that I might use on the ground, which I don't even like to be on the ground. So front choke is just not it immediately tells me that I'm probably going to win that fight. If you do get in a situation where you have a front choke, it is likely to happen because a lot of people that are going to attack a woman don't know what they're doing in the first place. So Charles attacks me in a front choke, okay? For some reason, I get to this point where I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and he's choking me out. As we discussed, situational awareness-wise, I shouldn't be here to begin with. But if he does, it's going to be basically a sky break. What I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot my hand up, okay? I'm going to turn my thumb out and turn that elbow in, and I'm going to turn my body. It's all momentum, so I'm shooting here, boom. All right, that first hand is going to break off immediately. I have bigger shoulders, and I'm always going to be more predisposed to putting my chin up and shoulders down, so it's going to take a little longer for a woman who's not as muscularly developed, but it's going to happen the same way. So the first thing that happens is he can't even barely keep that on. As I'm passing through, I'm coming here. All right? I'm immediately protecting. Okay? This leg is ready to come up if he tries to throw any kind of a knee or anything here. Right here, knee. I'm coming up to protect and counter. All right? As I pull back through, easy place for a back elbow. Real easy. Wham! All right? Right there, back elbow. That's all, so here, bam, back elbow, clinch, boom, bam, bam, gone. And I'm out of the situation. Okay, I'm done. So we'll show one more time. He chokes me, up, over, boom, all right, bam, all right, and whatever you want to use. Same principles apply to striking. After that, target areas, but that's going to be your general defense. Charles, you want to take over?
Absolutely. Yeah, most anyone that grabs a female like this is going to be dealing with anger and aggressive issues. It's not going to be thought through, and his response is not going to be thought through either. He's just going to be trying to take aggressive control. Aggressive control is easily countered. So when you take that, like I said, it's an easy swim move, and it's a destructive force all the way down. You want to try to bring your elbow across this elbow. It's a sky move. It's almost like swimming. Think of it as swimming. Yes, exactly. And that's broken. Just that fast. Now, I'm actually going to try to hold and see if she can break it. Go ahead and try it one more time. Yeah. And then from that point on, you bring that same elbow back and you follow through with your left, straight to the face. Then I'm done. You have time to move. For one more time from your play. Exactly. Boom. Ooh, I almost ate that one. Yes. And she's created the space that she needs. She can follow through with any counters after that point, but her mission is over. She's accomplished her objective. Separated me, the larger, more aggressive opponent, stunned me, and gives her time to flee.
So now we're going to discuss worst case scenario, all right? Going to the ground. A larger, more dominant attacker has you on the ground. There's a few things that you can do in this situation. I'm going to tell you what I recommend. Most of your holds, submissions, small joint manipulations that you're going to use on the ground are going to be an entire other video series and take an extensive amount of training because of the variation that both people are going to be in different positions, and you have to be able to be very good at it under stress, with your stress response, when your your fine motor skills are impaired. So why I recommend what I recommend striking is because striking is always going to be your best bet in a self-defense situation. All right, so Charles attacks me from the front. Any kind of way, it doesn't matter. All right, well, he somehow gets me to the ground. I go to the ground. Alright, so initially, the first thing that I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to target, bam, target to the balls, target to the nose, okay? I'm going to target all this stuff. I'm going to kick to the knee. I'm going to try and push them off. Now the chances are you may be able to gain some separation here. If your feet come up, you can shove them off, okay? Because your legs are one of your stronger points. So now as he's attacking here, I'm here, boom, boom, you know, boom. I'm kicking, kicking, kicking. There's another thing I can do at this point where I can control the patellar and the Achilles here, where I can drop it, all right, just by controlling the patellar and Achilles. I'll show that in a little bit slower motion how we can do that. So basically, if he approaches, I'm controlling the patellar and the Achilles, all right? And I'm pushing the patellar, you know, and I'm pulling the Achilles. So at that position, it's you. If you get a good lock, you can drop them right to the ground. Kick them in the balls again, and maybe twice more.
For good measure.
For good measure.
So
Talk about all that.
when you go into your defense mode as an attacker, some of the things I try to tell women that I train is to go with the energy. That surprises your opponent when you go to the ground willingly, because it's a trap. And one of the traps is waiting on you. Okay, so I take her to the ground. She's ready. Now this is a trained athlete. Most women, trained or untrained, can push 200 pounds. This is what I weigh. And you can push me off of you. And nobody can get into a defense where a woman is flailing her feet. As you feel yourself going down, you want to be able to protect yourself at all times. That is what defending is all about, is protecting yourself. And you want to go to a natural flow. And that means just easing yourself into a fall. Butt first, rounded back into your shoulders. The second you have your shoulders planted, you can react, you can counter. You're cold sprint. So as we go down, she's going to want to, she's got my arms, and she controls, and then she can just eject me if she wants to. And if I'm determined and want to try to get back in, first thing she do, she can wreck my knee. And she's going to put her other foot up and keep me away from my face. She's going to threaten me where I can't get in. Should I get in, you want to lower your foot.
Right there?
Yes.
Okay.
And once I plant, all she's got to do is counter and takes my stability away. And all she has to do at that point is roll and get up and go. As I start my fall, she should start getting up. We'll do this one more time for real world.
So with your break fall, when you're falling, you want to, so obviously you feel yourself going back, so you're going to tuck your knees to your chest. One thing you're going to do is reach down and slap, because one of the most dangerous things is your head bouncing off that hard surface. So what you really want to prevent is that, the way you prevent that is break falling here, okay? So when you go down, you want to violently slap the ground, and that's going to keep you from going like this. Bam! Head off the ground. And
Knocking the breath out of it.
Knocking the breath out of you, and the next after your breath is if your head bounces off the concrete, you're at least dazed and you're in a bad situation.
Right.
You want to do one more with the break fall?
Yeah, why don't you guys do one more?
Okay. This is fit break fall. Look, throw it demonstrated. You ready to go? Okay, here we go. Straight down. There you go. You planted. And you took my inertia away.
Good. See?
You took my inertia away. Because you stopped and I didn't.
Good.
I was actually trying to attack you. So you came up short, I didn't. My 200 pounds carried me past my object.
Yeah. If you don't necessarily have to shove them back that way. When you're going back and your feet are up, that's your strength. You're on your back and you're pushing with your strongest muscles in your body.
Right.
You can throw them off, continuing going the other way. At that point, you either get up and run, or if he's really off kilter, you go over there and kick him and then run, you know?
Yep.
So,
Side to side, behind you, wherever his inertia takes him, let him go.
yep, absolutely.